How long has y'all been married before she did?
Only 19 days.
I'm sorry you have to be here, Chris. I'm sorry all these people that are in the courtroom have to be here. You and I spoke about this case, the legal side of it, and what can possibly happen. What are you asking Judge West to do today?
I think the only thing that can be done is the maximum sentence. I think that's the only way that any kind of healing can be done. From just on my end and from the 1,000 lives that were affected by this senseless tragedy.
Thank you, Chris. I'll pass it to Sharon.
Any questions? Thank you. You may call your next witness.
State called Boston Carr.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Carr, would you identify yourself for the jury and tell us what you do for a living? I mean, for the judge, and tell us what you do for a living, please.
My name is Boston Carr, and I live in Beaumont, Texas, and I work for Bierce Industrial, an industrial sales company.
And how old are you, sir?
I'm 22 years old.
How did you find out that Camille had been killed?
I was asleep, and my dad busted into my room, and it was about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. And I remember waking up, and he just said, "The girls got in an accident." My first thought was that they had to be okay. There was no way something like that could happen. And I immediately asked, "Are they okay? What hospital are they at? You know, what ER are they in?" And all my dad could say was, "They didn't make it." All I could say was no. Just no. And I jumped out of bed and I still just couldn't believe it. There's no way. And I got dressed as fast as I could, and I ran downstairs, and I didn't know what I could do. I thought there was something maybe I could do. And my dad just told me, he said, "Bubba, there's nothing you can do. There's nowhere you can go. Can't do anything."
And since this had happened, how's it affected you, Boston?
I had begun building my life with Camille, and my life plans and our life that we were building together, and we had just begun to build together, was just taking off. And the one thing that I thought I had done right in my life was deciding to marry Camille. And with that gone, I feel so lost in like this life that I was supposed to have has been taken away from me.
I'm asking the same question that I asked Chris. What do you want to see happen here today?
Full sentencing underneath the law, that's possible.
And that's actually not enough, is it? Nothing can fix it.
I don't believe it is.
I understand. Thank you, Mr. Carr. I'll pass it to Sharon.
No question.
Thank you.
I have no other witnesses to call in punishment, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Nichols. Mr. Young, do you have any witnesses?
Yes, sir. We call Salvador Gomez.
All right, Mr. Gomez, if you'll just get them close over here, please.
Now, when we were preparing for the trial, you've never been convicted of a felony anywhere, correct?
That is correct.
So you technically qualify for probation. Are you asking this court for probation?
No, sir, I'm not. I don't think it's appropriate. I'm taking full responsibility for my actions. And that's why I don't think it's appropriate for me to even think about it.
So when the probation officer included all that in the report about, that's nothing you asked for, that's just something they include.
That is correct, yes.
So I think the last thing is there anything you want to say to the families of Ms. Eisenhower this morning?
Yes, I will. To the Eisenhower family, to the Marty family, Mr. Staggs, Mr. Carr, there's nothing that I can say, nothing that I can do to bring your loved ones back. Now, the remorse and the shamefulness that I feel about this is unthinkable. Nothing that has happened to me compares to the destruction that I've caused in your lives. I've destroyed your lives. And nothing that my injuries, that doesn't even compare. I can't even fathom what y'all are going through. I really don't. And I've thought about this for over a year. And I just can't come up with a proper thing to say, but what I've said. I don't wish this upon even my worst enemies, because I know y'all are hurting beyond imagination. And like I said, I wish I could do something, but I can't.
Have you asked for forgiveness from your personal Savior?
Yes, I have. I ask for forgiveness from my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and I'll have my judgment day with Him one day. Trust me, I've said it to myself a bunch of times, and I've said it to Him too. Why didn't you kill me instead of them? I would have preferred that, but He did what He did. And I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
Pastor Rich.
Thank you. Any questions, Mr. Nichols?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Gomez, how many DWI convictions did you have before this night?
3.
2 here in Texas and 1 in Virginia, is that correct?
That is correct.
And on those occasions, you were put on probation?
Yes, sir.
And as part of probation for DWI, I'm sure they taught you the risk when you were wanting to get out and go speak to kids and teach them about drinking and driving. You wanted to show them that you don't think it could happen to you, but it happened to me. That was your words, correct?
Yes, sir.
It happened to you.
Yes.
Not you did this to them, but it happened to you. That's how you see this?
Oh, no, sir.
How old are your children?
27, 21, 20, and 18.
And if, God forbid, they were taken from you because of someone drunk, intoxicated driving, what would you be asking the judge to do?
I will let the justice system look at all the facts and the judge, and for her to decide, or them to decide what is the right thing to do, the right decision.
When you were taking shots at the strip club and stumbling over your chair, what was going through your mind at that point?
Not a whole lot.
And then after that, you decided to get in your truck and drive 20, 30 miles back to where you live off of Westport off the road. Correct?
Yes, sir.
And your evening started at the Taqueria in Port Arthur,
Yes, sir.
where you drank 8, 9 beers between 5:30 and 9:30. Is that accurate?
Yes, sir, I think so.
And you left the city of Port Arthur after having had 8 or 9 beers and drove the 30 minutes or so to a strip club in Beaumont. Is that accurate?
Yes, sir.
And for several more hours, you continued to drink. You took shots and you drank beers.
Yes, sir.
And then after about 12:30, 12:45 in the morning, you got in your truck to drive back to Westport Arthur Road.
Yes, sir.
And you're asking this court to give you some mercy for your choices.
Sir, I'm asking the courts to review the facts, and the judicial system, they can make the right decision on what they want to do, sir.
I'm sure they can. Pass, please.
Anything else, Mr. Young?
One question. Mr. Nichols referred to your prior offenses for the misdemeanor of driving while intoxicated. When was the last one?
In 2005.
Pass it.
Anything
No other
else?
questions, sir.
All right, thank you.
In this emotional courtroom hearing, a grieving husband who had been married for just 19 days shares his heartbreak after losing his wife in a tragic drunk driving accident, asking the judge for the maximum sentence as the only path toward any sense of healing. Another witness, Boston Carr, describes how he woke up to devastating news that his loved one had died, explaining how his future and life plans were suddenly destroyed. The defendant, Salvador Gomez, admits responsibility, expresses deep remorse, and refuses to ask for probation, acknowledging the pain he caused and even questioning why he survived instead of the victims. However, the prosecution highlights his past history of multiple drunk driving offenses and argues that his repeated choices led directly to this tragedy. After reviewing all evidence, including the emotional testimonies and prior record, the judge emphasizes accountability over sympathy, stating that the defendant, as an experienced adult, knew the risks but still chose to drive intoxicated. Ultimately, the court sentences him to 2 consecutive 20-year terms for intoxication manslaughter, along with an additional concurrent 10-year sentence, marking a powerful moment that reflects the irreversible consequences of reckless decisions and the lasting impact on victims' families.